I think I've got everything I need now. I've got more steel being made for the next thing we're going to do. So let's go ahead and pop in here and see if I can put this together. If I can actually get to some power generating this episode, I'll be pretty psyched. So I've got this coming in. I changed the Fluix to smart cable so I can keep an eye on the number of channels we use. So let's go ahead and I'm going to make the refinery first, actually. So let's get these things on my bar. The steel scaffolding, the light engineering blocks, and the heavy engineering blocks. And I think I have an idea of how this thing could go together. It is a 3x5 footprint. So like that. And then the light engineering blocks make a little cross right in there. If it'll let me put them. There we go. And then we get a heavy and a heavy. And then I think we get one light and one heavy. And then a bunch of heavies. And more heavies. Like that. And then we stack this up one higher. Like that. And let's see how well my memory did. And somewhere in here, got a hammer. And we figure out where the click. There we go. And I think I got it backwards how I want to do it. So I don't know if I could disassemble it like that. Maybe if I just break one block. So I think what I need to do is switch that and that. And I forgot which way they were already. Okay, then put that back together. If this clicks in front, we'll know I got it right. Cool. So yeah, that's the fluid output. These are the inputs right there and there. And then this is where power goes. We got to give it power for it to do what it's got to do. So let's go ahead and set a tesseract right there. And we're going to put that on monkey stuff. Azo. And then we're going to be just receiving energy right there. So now this thing should be powered. If I click here, wow, I've got all this stuff in here. So we'll just see if I can figure this out. Right now, it doesn't think it has any RF. So I guess I can't put the tesseract directly. Let's see what happens if I take that off and I use the conduit. I don't want to use the immersive engineering. They have this cool power line stuff that looks good. That connects. That's a good sign. Problem with it is it's lossy, and why would I want that? So this is receiving energy. Oh, that's the problem. Is it should be. No, that's right. It should be receiving, not sending. Receiving. Yep. And then. Oh, I placed it wrong. That's why it's not connecting. Okay, let me get that back down and put it above it this time. There we go. So now let's see if that's giving it power. Still not getting power. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and get the stuff in it right now and see if that makes any difference. Maybe it doesn't take power until it has something to do. I'm not sure. But I'm new to this. So let's put the squeezer on one side. And I'm going to see if I can make them hook up directly. I don't know if that's possible or not. But it's going to have a little fluid output right there when I make it. So we'll see if that works. But I'm basically trying to place these things so they all kind of work together. Okay, we're going to whack it with the hammer. And there we go. We got our squeezer. So if we look inside of it, we've got all this stuff. It's going to want power too. It's got an input for power on the back. It's kind of glitching a little bit right there. But let's see if it will take power from here. So we'll just bring it along and hook it up like that. it still doesn't think it's getting power either. I wonder if it's just a matter of getting this like insert and this to extract. No. It might not work with the Ender IO cables. That might be an issue. I wonder if I have to use its cables? I hope not. Because I don't want lossy power. But we'll see. Or there's also like these other little gizmos that receive power in this thing. I might have to hook those up. I'll work on it. And anyway, let's get stuff going into here. So my plan was I'm going to mirror this on both sides. And my plan is to import stuff with the ME system straight into it. And I don't know if that's possible either. So let's go ahead and put an export bus right there. And then in the export bus, we're going to go ahead and tell this one that we want hemp seeds. So let's see if that's happening at least. That's cool. So that's working. And I've got 4 of these cards. I'm not sure if we're going to need them or not, but I'll put 1 in each of these. And so over on this side, we're going to do the same thing. Now we may need to rebuild these if these don't give. And I can't tell. Oh, look, now it's taking power. That's great. So that's awesome. And it's empty. And that's full. So that's great. Okay, so it is getting power. It is turning it into the, what is it calling it exactly? The plant oil. And it is sending it directly. So this is all going as planned at this point. So that's great. Go ahead and put this other one together like this. And just make the little 8 around like that. And then put another set of these on top. And so this one is the fermenter. There it is. And it wants some power too. So where'd my power conduit go? And that's way more power than it needs, but I'm just using, I got plenty of ender pearls, so I'm just making all of my power with this high tier stuff because I can. And then I don't ever need to worry about energy bottlenecking. I don't know if this part's necessary or not, but since I'm doing it, I'm doing it. And then let's give it its stuff right here. So we get another export bus. Oops, I don't want that. Wrenchy wrench. Bam. And then in here, let's put the sugar cane. Tell it what we want. We'll give it a card. Make it a little bit faster. That's cool. That's importing. It's now using power. And that should be making ethanol, I think. Oh, it's making biodiesel. Yeah, because it got the ethanol and the plant oil. So there we go. We have our fuel. So that's great. Give me a second, and I'm going to mirror it over here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we have 2 of the same thing mirrored. I think I'm going to do that 2 more times, or basically have 4 of these sets in here. And then each of these will then be connected to a generator, which we're going to make right now. So we have this, and then another one, and this, and then another one. And then up here on the 3rd level, which is, I think, all we have room for. Maybe there's a way I could squeeze more in, but I think that'll be pretty good. We'll have 4 biodiesel generators, a diesel generator. So let's go get the parts we need for that. So I already made some of it. I'm just going to make 2 generators for now. I went ahead and I made 54 heavy engineering blocks. And then we're also going to need, let me see, for each of them we're going to need 9 radiators and 6 generators. So let's make the radiators first. We're going to need 18 of these. So they're like that with the water bucket. So that's that. And then I'm just going to have to do this for now to get the 18 that I need for the 2. And then, of course, I'm going to double all this afterwards. Okay, so there is those. And then the next one's a bit more complicated. We're going to need the generator blocks, which are these. So we're going to need 12 of these. So we're going to need 6 kinetic dynamos, and then each kinetic dynamo needs a copper wire coil, copper wire coil. So we're going to need 6 of those, and each of those requires 8 copper wire coils like that. So we're going to need 48 of these. So let's see if I can go ahead and do that. I don't see why I can't or shouldn't. Oh, overshot it. That's okay. I'm going to need more later anyway. I probably could have gone ahead and clicked it. Where'd my coil go? Okay, so we got those. We can actually, I just should have thrown them all in there. Okay, so we need then this like that. And then now we have 6 of those. Excellent. And like the little extra for more later. And then back to the generator right here. Hopefully we can go ahead and do that. What did I miss? Bang. Did I have this? Oh, I need to do that. There we go. 6 of those. And now we can make 12 of those. So let's go ahead and put those to use in here. All right, so let's just get our spacing right here. So if these take 4 blocks, including the power, we're going to need to go 4 more blocks up. So that's all occupied. And that leaves us 5 more for these generators. I could start them right down here or 1 up. Let's go 1 out, and then we'll put it right in the middle of that space. So I'll have to make one first and see where everything is and see if we want to reverse it or not. I think you can reverse it by whacking it with the hammer. At least the book implies something like that. Stop it. Thinks I'm suffocating in the wall. But I'm not. Okay, so then let's go grab these. And so we need a 9x9 block of these. So we just take it out like that. And, ooh, that foreshortening. Alright, 1 more layer. Like that. And then we need those complicated things, the generator blocks. And how did that end up? Yeah, that's pretty cool. My idea is if they all point towards the center, then they can give all their power to like a unified tesseract in the middle. So I need to click somewhere. How about there? Excellent. And yep, that's how I wanted it. So that's very cool. And these things are, they look just like little part of a locomotive. And Esk on the server, he actually did that with it. You should go check out his videos on that. They're very cool. So great, we got that. And now we just need to get the biodiesel into this thing. Yeah, and you can imagine we'll have all 4 facing each other. So we got, this is our output right here for the biodiesel. So, and it's got to go into one of these corners. It's too bad that these aren't going to be centered, but I guess it could share on each side. So, yeah. Let's bring that down. All the way down here, and we're aiming for this. So I'll just go ahead, I guess, yeah, leave myself room to walk under it, I guess. And you're not supposed to connect. You're not supposed to connect. I'll fix that later. Oh yeah, we got to get the wrench out. So first, before we lose fluid, let's take that off. Get rid of that. No, go away. Go away. That's cool. Oh wait, you got to go away. I wonder if it would draw from there. It's showing there, so probably not. Cool. So there we go. We got our biodiesel going up into here. I'm gonna find something I can safely click with. No. Actually, I didn't see if this had a HUD or not. I'm not seeing one. It's not telling me. anywhere I click on it, but I know that these are the outputs right here. So I could go ahead and just hook the Tesseract to it, but let's go ahead and get a battery or something first so I can actually see the power coming out of it. So let's see what we got over here for energy cells. We have these, but they're full. Let's make one real quick that's empty. Let's just make a little leadstone energy cell, lickety split, and then to see what it does. So that doesn't hold much power, but that's okay. We just want it for testing purposes. Since this thing doesn't seem to be allowing us to read it any other way. If there is a way to read what's going on, let me know. Is there some kind of meter or something I'm supposed to make? I'm not sure. But we'll just throw this down on there and see if it's inputting. So, oh yeah, that's an output. Ho-ho! It switched on. Excellent. Oh, it's even got a little fan for the radiator. And I just have to say, now that I've got this thing running, that the graphics on these are awesome. The modeling, they're really cool. Which is also a reason why I put it all inside here, so that all this fancy modeling doesn't affect my FPS out there all the time. Just when I come in here, and I'll only be looking at these. So that's pretty cool. So if I wanted, I could put a little lever right here and turn this on or off. So at some point we may hook up some conduit to all four of them and see how that goes, you know, in order to regulate the power on and off when we don't need it. But mostly I'm going to have these all feeding out into that big battery that we're going to build in the other cube in the next episode. This is great. Let me make the other one real quick, and then we will close out of this episode. So I'm just going to go ahead and build the other one, and I'll be right back. Now, this thing, I didn't form it yet, but if you heard just now, this shut off when that got full, which is awesome, which means these are self-regulating. They'll only use fuel when there is a draw for it, a need for it. So that actually, if I'm interpreting that right, really means that I don't need to do a whole lot of regulation. Oh, I made this one too short. So let me fix that. They're facing each other nicely. So what I'm going to do, let's just take this off. And I need to go grab one more Tesseract. Okay, I'm back with the Tesseract. And then what I think I can do is place it right in the center of everything here. So let's put a conduit there. And the conduit there, just turned on for a second in order to power the conduit. And then we'll put the Tesseract right in here. It's going to be monkey stuff again, and actually we could change the name of that now. This is going to be monkey source, because this is going to be where all our sources go on. So we'll just change the name of that, or I wonder how I edit that. Well, I think I need to add it, but I'm afraid to mess with that right now. So we'll just leave monkey stuff, knowing that's monkey source. But what this is going to be is not receiving energy, but sending energy. So this is going to be like our big reactor. It's going to be a source of energy, and it'll actually power itself as far as feeding these things, but then all our other energy will draw from this too. So that's great. And after I get the battery set up, well, actually all the sources will just be feeding into the battery, and then anytime I use power, I'll have a single Tesseract out of them, and we'll be drawing from our stored energy. That's my plan anyway. We'll see how that goes. And then we just need to give this some biodiesel as well. And this is all kind of crazy Rube Goldberg here, but I'll figure out a slicker way for this pipe afterwards. And can you remember, I'm going to double this whole setup as well. But now we should be generating about 8,000 RF per tick. And as long as we stay in supply with the hemp seed, the industrial hemp seed, and the sugar cane, we're good to go. And this is only drawing off of this side right now. But I wonder how it's hanging in there. Let's see. It's actually doing okay. This one thing is actually keeping up with both of these right now. So that's pretty cool. And it's giving power to the farms right now and to the production. So I might be able to put more than 4 generators in here. We'll see. I could stack maybe 6 of them in here and see how that goes. Anyway, there it is. We've got our biodiesel power generation happening inside of our compact machine. So thank you very much for watching until the very end. This is Monkeypuzzle, your host, and I'm very excited because I got the power. Whoa, sorry. I didn't mean to come up on you like that. But anyway, woo, it's doing funny things in here. So, yep, got this all hooked up. I'm loving it. Tell me if you like it. Press that little button. Let me know your comments and all that. And for folks who have used immersive engineering, I'm sure you will have plenty of hints and tips and advice and stuff like that for me. So anyway, this is Monkeypuzzle. I'm signing out with my power generation. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.